It's cold and wintry here at the Computer Stuff studio. In fact, it's 37 degrees Fahrenheit. So today we're going to talk about a fireplace that will keep us warm in the winter. Today we're talking about the Dell Inspiron 7790. I couldn't even remember 4 digits. The Dell Inspiron 7790 27-inch all-in-one. And I like this all-in-one mostly. So to dive right into the spec sheet, it is a 1 terabyte NVMe solid state drive, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, the 10th generation i5 processor, a 27-inch full high definition touch glossy screen, and I think that pretty much covers some of the basics, but what you're getting is a very, very quick, nimble little all-in-one computer that sits on 2 little hinged feet, and it does its job quite well for most people. Now let's dive into the display, which is of course going to be one of the most the biggest thing that you're going to be looking at. It is 27 inches, as I've said 15 times. It is glossy, so if you are putting it either behind a window, in front of a window, or some kind of very bright lit office, something like that, you are going to want to kind of make sure it's angled appropriately so not to get a lot of glare, and it does have a ton of glare, but it does get reasonably bright, somewhere in probably about the 350 nit range. It's got very, very good color reproduction. It's kind of crisp and nice looking for a full high definition panel, 1080p panel. And it doesn't have a whole lot of backlight bleed, but I do wish that the blacks got a little bit deeper and a little darker. The whites are a good neutral tone. All in all, it is just a very, very good quality panel. It's maybe nothing to write home about by comparison to let's say the Apple panel, but of course it's nowhere near the same price range either. It is just a good quality panel and it will do the job for most people. I think if you're doing audio editing, if you're doing some Photoshop and some light gaming, which is really who this computer is probably tailored for, it's going to be more than adequate. And at 27 inches, it also is very, very good for productivity work. So if you're working as an accountant, if you're constantly in QuickBooks, doing Excel sheets, writing up Word documents, this kind of thing, it's really going to be perfect for that. You're not going to get a lot of fatigue in your eyes while you're looking at this 27-inch panel. And again, the 10th generation i5 processor paired with that 16 gigabytes of RAM is going to make things really, really snappy. It does everything from compressing and decompressing files very well. It does 1080p editing just fine, although you may not want to do any kind of 4K editing with it. And as far as some light level gaming like Minecraft and stuff like that, it's going to push and plow through all of that stuff with no problems either. You'll be able to have a lot of Chrome and Firefox tabs open while you're working in email, and basically it's a multitasking little beast, and I really haven't encountered anything that it doesn't do quickly. The other noticeable feature, of course, other than its 2 little hinged feet, and by the way, it does, and you can see that glare in the back or from our light fixture there, but it does get bend back reasonably far, and as it's a touch panel, you can do some writing and stuff on it if you wanted to, although I don't expect anybody will, but nevertheless, it does bend back pretty far, and it sort of stops almost completely erect and straight up here. I do think I prefer a center stand design a little bit better than the 2 feet on the side. It just allows for a little bit more flexibility when putting the computer somewhere. And as some people have suggested on my channel before, no, it cannot be raised up and down. There are not a lot of all-in-ones that can go up and down. It is not the norm. Most all-in-ones do come with a static base that you cannot raise the height of it. If you want to raise the height of the all-in-one, you must place it on some books or a stand or something like that, which also lends credence to the center base as well on all-in-ones, is that you'll be able to kind of prop it up on one thing instead of needing to prop it up on 2 things. The other thing that you will notice, of course, is the speaker system, and the speakers on this all-in-one are frankly very, very good. They're not the best I've heard. Apple still takes the cake for speakers in their all-in-one system, but these are frankly really up there. They get loud enough, there's not a lot of distortion, they have good bass and treble. They're pretty accurate all in all. If you're listening to a little bit of music, listening to a podcast, something like that, they'll do just fine. But if you want super audio accuracy, or you want audiophile fidelity, you will want a set of headphones or some loudspeakers. And there's no problem there, because in the input output, which I was gonna turn it around, but it's too heavy and I'm too lazy. I don't have the arm strength to move this all-in-one around. But on the back of this all-in-one, you do have where it plugs in for power. You have Kensington lock, because everybody uses that. You have two HDMI ports, so if you want to connect two monitors to it or use it as throughput, you absolutely can. It has USB-C, it has gigabit Ethernet, it has 4 USBs, Type A's, but 3 of them are the super speed ports, and then it has a dual audio microphone headphone jack, as well as a mini camera card reader. So the input and output on this thing is pretty spectacular. It also has a little webcam that pops up at the top right here. And here is a demonstration of the webcam quality. Now, here's what the 1080p camera looks like on the Dell Inspiron 7000 series all-in-one. As you can see, it's not too bad. So that was the webcam. Let's just go ahead and recess this back in because privacy is a concern. It also has wireless AC in it. It has Bluetooth. It is a very, very well-equipped computer. It also comes with a wireless keyboard and mouse, which I think is a very nice touch. I think this would also be a very good computer as like a file server or even like a Plex server, something like that. It has a lot of storage space where you can put movies, videos, pictures, music, anything like that, and just sort of stream it. But you of course then have the USB-C port in the back that you can plug in additional hard drive storage if you want to. It is just a very, very well-equipped computer. Who is it for? I think it's probably for people that are doing productivity software, maybe like accountants or anybody that's constantly working in Excel, writing Word documents up, needs that sort of extra screen space to kind of have it all laid out there in front of them. Probably for a little bit of like gaming. It's for like 1080p editors. Probably people that want to dabble in Photoshop as well. I do not think that this computer is for heavy, enthusiastic gamers. I also don't think that it is for people that are editing 4K video. It just doesn't have the really the screen or the horsepower to do that too effectively. But this is really just going to be your sort of all-around, all-in-one that will get the job, like pretty much your everyday computing tasks done quickly and efficiently. And I think anybody that buys this computer is going to be very happy with it. It's fast, it's powerful enough, it's well built, it seems to have very good reliability. We haven't had any come back with any severe problems, and it's just a nice computer to sort of prop up on your desk and look at. A couple of little weird quirks with this computer. The power button is located at the bottom right of the speaker, so if you buy one and you're hunting around for that power button, that is where it is at. It did take us a little bit of time to sort of feel for it and find it, and anytime the computer goes to sleep, you have to sort of pop it, hit it in order to turn it back on. Not a deal breaker by any means. And it comes with an Intel UHD Graphics card, which while that's not as robust as an AMD or NVIDIA card, it certainly is respectable in its own right and can get probably most graphical tasks done without very many issues. So do I recommend the Dell Inspiron 7790? Still couldn't remember the 4 digits. Yes, I do. It's a good computer. It's going to have a good quality panel that will get the job done. It will be fast. I do recommend it. It's a good computer. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe. Even if you didn't like the video, like and subscribe anyway, just as a Christmas present to me. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a great and hopefully warm Christmas.